How can you tell if a model is fully trained? In this video, we will discuss how you can visualize and monitor training in CopyCat. One way to monitor training is to look at the loss variation. But first, what is the loss exactly? It is a metric which represents how well the model's output matches your ground truth data. CopyCat is trained with a pixel-based loss, so a lower loss indicates a better match. A good loss curve on the Graphs tab will go down and then start to flatten when the model is fully trained. Other loss graph tips include using the log scale option to be able to compare multiple training runs more easily, as well as using the Smoothness slider to visualize the curve trend better. A bit of jigginess in the curve is good and expected as we want the training to have some stochasticity. Different use cases will have different loss ranges, but as an indication, you can expect good final loss values in CopyCat to range between 1e-3 to 1e-6. The amount of loss will depend on the amount of change in the ground truth versus the input image. That is why pixel-based tasks like in painting a scratch on the left image here have low final loss values around 1e-5, 1e-6, whereas semantic tasks like human matching have higher final loss around 1e-3 to 1e-4. If the loss starts plateauing or rising early, it's a sign that the model isn't able to train properly, and there is probably an issue with the input set, for instance, a mismatch between input and ground truth frames. CopyCat also displays contact sheets, which allow you to monitor the current output of your model on the training data. Each row represents one crop currently being processed. On the left, the input image, in the middle, the corresponding ground truth image we are trying to get to, and on the right is the output of the model when processing that input image with the current weights. It is a great way to measure the current quality of your model and detect an input ground truth mismatch in your dataset. It is good practice to always verify that input and ground truth are matching in the contact sheets when you start training. A mismatched dataset would also show in the loss curve, as it would start plateauing early and at a high loss value. Another feature in CopyCat is the preview, which lets you monitor how the current model is doing on a full frame of your choice. That selected frame does not have to be from the same shot, and it should be different from your input training frames. This is especially useful to see how the model performs on new unseen data. Let's see an example of a training using the preview feature. In this running girl example, we have selected a non-training frame from the same shot, and we attach the CopyCat hidden preview arrow to it. Afterwards, you can start training as normal, and the preview image will be computed and saved every time you save your model checkpoint. You can press Q to switch between viewing the contact sheet, the preview, and the input frame. As the model trains, the preview quality will get better and better. The preview is a great way to see how the current model inference output looks like on an unseen image. Like the contact sheets, the preview is saved as PNG in your data directory, so you can always look at them after training. In summary, the loss curve, contact sheet, and preview are three powerful visualizations in Nuke that can help you monitor the training progress and troubleshoot input mismatch errors.